So the Indianapolis Colts get their first win of the 2023 NFL season, and that is against a division rival in the Houston Texans. We go to Houston, we beat them in their house 31-20, and I wouldn't say we just beat them. We smothered the Houston Texans for the most part in this game. First half, we were up 28-10 at the end. Really killing it. And, we are going to talk about the Anthony Richardson situation in a couple minutes. We're going to go through, some goods, some bads, and I'm just excited we got our first win. This is good for Gardner Minshew. This is good for the team in general. It would have been much better if AR was really the one in there when we won, but it is what it is, and it's time to go through it. So, first thing I want to say as I notice is Anthony Richardson in the beginning of the game was absolutely phenomenal. He was on target with a lot of his throws. Josh Downs did drop one. Or no. Downs didn't drop it. It was actually a penalty brought back because it was a holding on the offense. So it was a first down catch. It was a beautiful throw to Josh Downs. And it was just brought back because of a holding. So, but speaking on that note, with the offensive line actually played pretty well yesterday versus the Texans. I thought they held up their own against a talented Texans front. You have Jonathan Greenard and you have Will Anderson Jr. on the sides there. They have a good defensive front. It's not bad, but it's, it was really good versus Lamar Jackson in the Ravens. They had Lamar Jackson under pressure over 40% of the plays. So is the Ravens offensive line really that bad? Or is, the Colts offensive line just decent? They're good. They're back. I'd say Bernhard Raimann completely held his own. He shut down that left side. He is awesome. Bernhard Raimann has been absolutely incredible. We allowed 0 sacks this game. 0 sacks. And we ran for over 100 yards. It was a very good game. Very good game. Now, I do want to see Anthony Richardson, not taking that kind of hit. I know it's for a touchdown. I know he was, but he kind of slowed down, kind of just like, no, I'm not going to hit. No, this isn't college. It's the NFL. You're going to get hit. These guys want to hit you. So, not really good there. And he's got to kind of be careful with scrambling. He's 2 games, 2 injuries. First game was a knee bruise. He got away with one. It was a little scary at first. This game, concussion. So hopefully he can start getting better at protecting himself, and that's something hopefully he gets better as he gets more experience and as he plays more. But when Gardner Minshew stepped in, Gardner Minshew was lights out. He was very good. And, he was given lots of time to throw the football. They were able to run the ball. Josh Downs was making plays. Michael Pittman was having a good game. Pierce had 1 catch. Still not sold on Pierce. Still a little, not happy with Pierce still. Well, I'd say the tight ends had a nice game. Will Mallory had a nice game. Kylan Granson caught a couple passes. So I was really impressed with the offensive side of things. And the offensive line pretty great. Had room to run. The quarterback had time to pass. And especially early on, when you have Anthony Richardson running for 2 touchdowns and, within 2 drives, you had the chances, the defense got a turnover for you, and you actually scored. When's the last time we've seen the Colts really take advantage of something like that? They got out to that 14-0 lead. And they were dominant in the first half. The second half definitely slowed down a bit, but they were definitely running the ball, trying to chew the clock, trying to get out of there with the win. And, I was starting to get some flashbacks to the Minnesota game as the Texans were having a really strong second half. CJ Stroud looked absolutely phenomenal. And that's something I want to say about the defense is the defensive line has looked very good. And at first I thought it was like almost the entire Texans second string offense line was in, but it was, there were some starters in there. But the Texans offense line was beat up. And they didn't play raw. And the Colts defensive line got 6 sacks. DeForest Buckner got a sack. These guys have been phenomenal. Kwity Paye had a good game. Samson Ebukam was coming off the edge. Jacob Martin had that sack towards the end of the game. And then the linebackers. E.J. Speed, Zaire Franklin, Shaq Leonard. All these guys are getting in on big-time plays. Every single one. Now, where I am going to pick at the bone is the secondary. They were horrible. Darrell Baker, DeLis Flowers. Hopefully we get Julius Brents back, in here because I want him to get some experience. Hopefully he can, maybe play well to start, but, he's having personal issues. I guess he's not ready to play. Come on, man. The secondary allowed C.J. Stroud had like 350 passing yards. C.J. Stroud had a really good day passing the football. And I'm not saying that the Colts secondary is bad. And, well, I'm not saying that C.J. Stroud is bad. I'm saying that C.J. Stroud, I thought he looked really good, facing a bad secondary. I thought he even looked good versus the Ravens. So C.J. Stroud has a bright future. I think C.J. Stroud, the Texans have a bright future. But I think I jumped on the wagon a little too early for the Texans and being excited for them, thinking that they could be a good football team. Well, they did really struggle in the first half. They were dominated at home by the Colts. Really not a good look for the Texans, but towards the end of the game, it seemed like the Texans were really picking up some steam, really picking up some momentum, and thank God that this defense was able to pull through and say, yeah, nah. Well, no, the defense kind of pulled through by only allowing a field goal, but wait, no, it wasn't 31-20. It was 31-23. No, I apologize. It was 31-20. Kyan Fairbairn did miss a field goal. It was a pretty long one. But, I mean, they had to go for it. They had to give it a shot, try to make it a two-possession game. But, look, I'm really impressed that the Colts offense finished the game, though. Running the football, getting a first down, ultimately just taking it home. Just taking it home. They finished the game. And I'm impressed. I thought the offense looked really good. I thought they really took advantage of some opportunities that they had. And this Colts team looked really good. I'm happy how Shane Steichen called the game, that he did a very good job. And, like I said, the defensive line was really impressive. And they've been impressive. The first week, they were putting a lot of pressure on Lawrence. Now, the second week, yeah, I think they had like 15 hurries. They had a lot of hurries, quite a few quarterback hits, and they had 6 sacks. The Colts defensive line is impressing me, and if they can continue to do this, they can help that young secondary a little bit. Even though, in that second half, they were playing soft a little bit. They didn't, blitzing and playing a little bit aggressive. So they were kind of playing a little bit of both because, you're up quite a bit, so you could be aggressive and then you could, play different ways and, But I'm impressed. I'm happy what I saw from Minshew. He looked absolutely incredible. Right now, I would say he is better than AR in a way because of his experience. But Anthony Richardson brings a whole new different aspect and page to this playbook and offense than Gardner Minshew does in terms of running the football, playmaking ability on the ground. We know Minshew, he's got experience and he can be decent and he can fill in and give us a chance to win. But I think Anthony Richardson, as just because he has less experience makes him a little lesser of Gardner Minshew. Minshew looked phenomenal because the offensive line was blocking for him. The receivers were getting open for the most part. It was a very impressive game, and I'm happy that we could get in the right track. One of the youngest football teams in the NFL, and we go to Houston and we knock them off in their house. Really excited. This gives all these players confidence. Now, next week we're playing the Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be a tough football game. Could be a long one. Lamar Jackson could eat up the secondary. I thought Kenny Moore even had a good game. I'd say basically everyone had a good game except for like the secondary. I was really impressed. I was really happy. And we did see that Zach Moss was the main lead guy. It seems like John Taylor, there may be some clues here and there that, John Taylor's working out, running some routes that he may be ready to go, and he may play for the Colts in week 5 after week 4. That would be awesome. But take it one game at a time. Keep doing what we're doing. Hopefully Anthony Richardson will be ready for the Baltimore Ravens game. If not, oh well. Gardner Minshew will suit up and he'll go. But that's all I got for you guys today. This is the recap of the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts divisional rival game. Say, the offensive line and the defensive line, you protected your quarterback. You got after the opposing team's quarterback. That's how you win football games. So this is JDW Sports Talk Show. I appreciate you for tuning in. And I will catch you guys on the next video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. This is JDW Sports Talk Show officially signing off.